Anambra State Governor Chukwuma Soludo has called on President Bola Tinubu to release Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the Indigenous People of Biafra, to enable his participation in a dialogue on the future of the Igbo nation. He made the appeal on Monday during the 2025 World Igbo Day celebration in Oka, organized by Ohaneze and Igbo worldwide. Soludo emphasized the need for the Igbo to reflect on their past and engage in honest conversations about their stake in the Nigerian project. He urged unity and collaboration with both regional and international blocs, while commending Ohaneze for setting aside September 29 to honor those who died in the struggle for nationhood. The governor cautioned against renewed agitations for conflict, stressing that those who had witnessed war would never desire its return. He further urged Ohaneze to take stronger action against insecurity in the southeast and lead a moral rebirth anchored on integrity, hard work, and enterprise to revive Igbo values. Chizi, now you were talking about shadow government and the judgments given with regards to shadow government and part of Tommy's participation in formation of shadow government in Nigeria, and the fact that there were no punishments for part of Tommy forming shadow government. Meanwhile, Nnamdi Kanu is being held for, according to you, similar matter. Now, Soludo is calling for a release of Nnamdi Kanu, and this is, he's not the first, he's not the second, he's not the 10th. You know, I'm interested to know your take on this matter.
Yes, if not for anything, the court has also validated that call. Because you see, let me even say this. What Nnamdi Kanu is calling for is not an alternative government. Now, a sensation, you know, taking away from a particular entity does not mean that you have to even fund the government of the nuclear entity you are calling for. You're only saying, we want to be one, allow us the right to decide where we want to be. We want to be one, and when we now be one, the constitution of that unit will not dictate who becomes the leader. So he has not even committed that crime, even in the call for secession. He has not even committed the kind of crime that would be committed. That's why I call for it. Get what I'm saying? I just analyzed. He has not
formed a parallel government. He has not given the portfolios.
Unit. But at even the unit and all of that, he hasn't done that. He's just a leader of an NGO. I'm a leader of a CU that is calling for that. And what he's calling for is provided for in our own constitution. That means the people's self-determination to stay. So you can call to say, I want to stay here and make dialogue. The only reason why some of us would criticize is if that dialogue is taken, because we are in a very sensitive society where that dialogue can be taken overboard and becomes crisis. That's what he's saying. But if you really dialogue, people can sit together to say, do I really want to stay? That's what we call federalism. Do I really want to stay in this federal state again, or do I want to pull out? Why do I have to stay? Why do you want to convince me to stay? People begin to determine what they want to do and what they don't want to do. And I said, you only suspected that is what you are doing, and you jailed him. And then somebody has come up openly to say, this is what I'm doing. I'm calling for a different Nigeria. You know, we now have Nigeria 1 ruled by President Tinubu and Nigeria 2 ruled by Pat Tomi. And we are allowing him walk the streets. That's what I'm saying. So I am calling for Orjus Okalo to be released so that Nnamdi Kanu to be released, just like the governor did say, so that they will engage in dialogue. You know, one thing about dialogue is, I can tell you that there are people who like to fight. When we were in university, Russia, for instance, when we were in university, there was a time in the student union thing. I just find out that there are people who will say, let's do this, let's do that, let's do that. They like that kind of thing. They can argue anything, but anytime you bring them to dialogue, they fight it. Because you know what? In dialogue, we'll sit down and say, please convince me. Please convince me.
You bring your strong arguments to the table.
Strong argument to the table. So if a government knows their own rules, knows what they're doing, and say, guys, we're not going to talk, let's talk. Let's sit down and talk. You'll see that there are compromises that will be made. But if government says, no, we are not even going to, and Nnamdi Kanu is even beating them to that. I am not a fan of the Biafra. But Nnamdi Kanu is even beating them. He's saying, allow for a referendum. Is that constitutional? Yes. Okay, call us, let us talk. Then sit them down and say, okay, let the people determine what they want to do. And do you know why people keep calling for secession? Nobody. Let me tell you, if you go to, I came from a polygamous home. I'm from a polygamous home. And you know what a polygamous home is? A mini Nigeria. Oh. In a polygamous home, you have your mothers, that means that you are state, right? Then you have your father. When a father is seen to be unfair, you will see people as objective as you are. Call back to your mother's kitchen. You are cheating our mother. But when a father puts the food at the table and say you do this and you do that, nobody will remember that there is a kitchen that calls the mother. My friend in my friend and my brother in my family today is the son of my stepsister and my stepmother. That's my friend. In fact, if they are talking about me and he's walking in, they will say, yeah, don't say he's coming. He's coming. Do you know why? Because my friend has put it on the table. We are all there sharing it. So Nigeria leadership has not put food on the table and allow anybody. Who told you that the Igbo man will want to go to their own country? Don't you know that the Igbo man is the highest stakeholder in the project called Nigeria? If you remove Igbo man in Port Harcourt is done. If you remove Igbo man from Lagos, from Kanu, they are, look at all of those things. If you just remove them, and they are investing, they are one people that are, can I shock you? That most of us, even us who are equating, we don't even know how to invest in outside. And we go to our villages to build. We like a way of building in our villages. The Hausa man goes to the place to build. But the Igbo man will build in Kanu and spend 3 billion naira in Kanu, 4 billion. He will spend in Lagos. So it's the person who develops where he's going. And so to tell that that man will literally want to leave that state where he will not become a foreigner, just be sure that that man does not want it inside of him. But you are also not wanting the man to know that this project called Nigeria, that the man is involved. And the man wants you to discuss with him. What's wrong with discussing with him? Bring us together. So I am calling that, release him now, because I have not seen why you are holding him, to be honest with you. I don't know why they are holding him. Bring him to table, put him, don't come and give him to sign something that the man will not sign. Bring the man. You have even made Nnamdi more popular than you think. Because if you had dealt with this issue in the way it's supposed to be dealt with, I mean, who will be talking about that?
All right.
There's a way they will be talking at the table of the Ohanezes and all of that. All they will sit down together and they're talking, and the guy will say, no, I don't want that. Even his Igbo brother will tell him to sit down, my friend. Are you the only person who is Igbo? But if you are not discussing with them, you make him more popular. Like, oh, what he's saying, he don't want to do it. So for me, and again, whether Nnamdi Kanu, his followers, like they used to call him prophet, you know, he's becoming prophetic because he says it will come up anywhere. What Tomi has started. Sowore has started. Nobody's doing them anything.
Sowore called the president a criminal.
A criminal. And he's walking the street. And a man who has never called the president a criminal is in jail. Is incarcerated.
Now,
I'm not bringing sentiment, but I'm just saying objectively, release him, man.
All right. Very well. Nze, what is your take on this story?
I do not agree with Governor Charles
Soludo. All right.
On the Mr. President releasing Nnamdi Kanu
now.
Now.
Right.
My reason is this. If a man who needed to attend to something by 8 a.m. is delayed till 2 a.m. and is released to go and attend to that thing, does it make sense? We pleaded with Nigerian government under Buhari to release Nnamdi Kanu. With his Fulani sentiment, he refused. Court said releasing Nnamdi Kanu, they refused. Tinubu came in. We felt that the first thing Tinubu would have given to Nigeria, the first gift he would have given to Nigeria was Nnamdi Kanu released. And he never did. And 2 years has gone by. Now, Nnamdi Kanu's health is in question. And you want to release him. How? So that he will come out and die a free man. Whatever happens with DSS, Nigerian government, with detention of Nnamdi Kanu, let them hold him until we can ascertain the status of his health. That's my argument. So I'm not agreeing with Soludo on this matter. Let Nnamdi Kanu remain with DSS and Nigerian government until they ascertain his health status. And that's
but the lawyer has filed for release so that he can.
That's what I'm saying. That care. I'm disagreeing with him.
No, the court actually refused that and set up a panel to investigate Nnamdi Kanu's health and also investigate the medical facility that the DSS has, if the medical facility can actually take proper care of Nnamdi Kanu. But one would say that, you know, that dignity to life is part of our fundamental human rights. Dignity to human life. The right to even live as a person with dignity. And if this man has been crying out with regards to, he has been crying out about his health situation for a while now, and that to a large extent, I'm still wondering how that has been treated. If Nnamdi Kanu, if anything should happen to Nnamdi Kanu while in DSS custody or Nigerian custody, I am very worried. I am very worried how it's going to affect
Laurentia,
not just Tinubu's government, but the
Nigerian state
as a whole.
Let me say this. We are here analyzing issues. We speak the mind of the people because we live with the people. We are privileged to stand or sit before the camera and talk to the whole world. Look at, when Nnamdi Kanu started making complaints about his health status, Nigerian government turned a deaf ear. Now, it has come to a point that in fact, it became obvious that they now had to, they tested him and they came out to say, truly this guy is not sound again. One man came up and debunked everything from nowhere, and it went agog in the media. Now, the government had to set up a panel of medical professionals, and they went and they tested Nnamdi Kanu and ascertained that this man's health has gone down. Though court had not agreed to the plea of the lawyer, because even me disagreed with the lawyer. You want to bring him out now to go and treat, who will treat him? Let he who inflicted him treat him. And I will accuse DSS that whatever they did to Nnamdi Kanu, maybe they had injected him or had poisoned him.
You can't say that.
I say maybe. I say maybe. Hold on, let me come.
That statement can incite crisis.
Yes,
and it's not right.
We are trying not to incite crisis.
Then don't bring forth conspiracy theories to that effect.
It is a conspiracy theory to you, but I'm saying that, you know, let DSS, whatever happened to Nnamdi Kanu, we know we are humans. We are susceptible to health challenges. Now that it has happened to Nnamdi Kanu, let Nigerian government, together with DSS, carry Nnamdi Kanu to any part of the world, not national hospital. They shouldn't send him to national hospital to treat. Let them take him to any part of the world and treat him. When Nnamdi Kanu is ascertained to be health sound, they can bring him and release him to us. Then we can begin, if there is need for dialogue, we can enter into it. How will Charles Soludo ask Nnamdi Kanu to come now and dialogue when he is having health issues? Are you sure that his brain is even active? Are you sure that his heart is still working? So let them treat him. By the time his health has been ascertained to be sound, then let him be released. Right. And they will apologize to people of Southeast, to the Igbo race, on the incarceration of Nnamdi Kanu. Nigerian government will apologize and DSS will apologize.
Okay, Chizzy, as we round up this particular story, I heard you shaking your leg when, I saw you shaking your leg when Nze was talking, and I know you have something to say as we round up. Go ahead.
What I just said is that please release Nnamdi Kanu, because sometimes as a human being, you see that confinement can deteriorate your health. You know, just not being free. You know, there are certain things you enjoy being free. I just traveled and I knew that where I was a little bit confined. As a village man who does go to here and there, I was confined. People said I was getting fat, but I wasn't comfortable with it. All my head, this is where I'm coming down, because there are kai that I would have just drank, that I wasn't drinking. And that's not good for me. You know, so I want them to please release Nnamdi Kanu, at least so that there will be a renegotiation for our state. That's part of bringing everybody together
and healing the Igbo healing the Igbo nation.
We are not just healing the Igbo nations, healing not only Igbo. You might think that Nnamdi Kanu's interest is just Igbo. It's just the Igbos that are reducing it to ethnic thing. There are Hausa men who also are interested in Nnamdi Kanu. Please just release him. Release him. And then jail
Tommy for you.
And sorry.
Yeah, sure. All right. The final statement in a minute.
To me, let Nnamdi Kanu be well treated and ascertained before being released. For other people who are forming parallel government, or I mean not parallel, shadow government, it is not ideal in the now. Let us put our hands together to see how we can help Bola Tinubu move Nigeria forward, if he is willing to move Nigeria forward.